Stop clear coating your headlights. Today we're going to talk about the best way to protect headlights. So if you just restored your headlights by sanding them down, or if you just bought brand new aftermarket headlights and you want them to look good for a really long time, use a clear film. Spraying on clear coats doesn't work because the headlight expands and contracts with temperature changes, and that breaks down most of those headlight clear coats that you put on. Even if you use a 2K clear coat, eventually it's going to crack. Today we're going to use a clear film. So that's made out of a plastic polymer that expands and contracts on its own. The clear film's rated up to 10 years. So that's going to keep away the yellowing, and that'll even help with rock chips and nicks. So I went with Xpel. They're a good name brand. I'm not sponsored by them or anybody else in this video. It was about 50 or 60 bucks, so it's not that cheap, but it's enough film to cover both headlights and be done with it. Before you start, rinse off the whole front of the car. We'll use soap in a minute. Next, we'll need to make a slip solution in a spray bottle. The spray will help us position the film before we squeegee it into place. For my mixture, I'm going to use 3 cups of distilled water and 1 cup of isopropyl alcohol. Don't use tap water because there's some minerals in there and that won't evaporate through the film. I bought my film in a single large piece for both headlights with some extra margin to make it easier to apply. For my headlights, I got 24 inches by 30 inches, which I'm cutting in half now. Next, I'm washing the headlights and the whole surrounding area with soap and water. Make sure you wash the whole area because any little piece of dirt that gets onto the film, it will show up. Remove the film from the backing, which isn't as easy as it sounds. You can stick a corner of the film on the headlight to help hold it in place while you pull the backing off, which is what I should have done. Thoroughly spray the slip solution on the back of the film and on the headlight. The goal is to keep everything wet while you position the film. Then place the film over the headlight as flat as possible. Try to make the most solid contact in the middle of the headlight or on the flattest area. Now is the fun part of using the squeegee to stick the film to the headlight. As the slip solution is pushed out, the film adheres to the headlight. It takes some getting used to the material and how you can work it. Start in the areas that are already laying flat and work outwards towards the edges. You can pull the film up carefully to reposition it if you need to. If the film or headlight gets dry though, make sure you spray more slip solution. I'm also using a heat gun on low to help the film become more malleable. This is good for stubborn spots that aren't wanting to lay flat, but don't overdo it because the film can get damaged or harder to work with. Finally, I'm cutting the excess away with scissors and a razor blade. I left a little excess on the edges so I could fold it around the headlight using the plastic part of the squeegee and the heat gun. This technique of folding it over the edge is a little extra work because I had to use a razor blade to cut some of the areas out to stop it from bunching up. So that's it. It's not too bad. As you can tell from my hair, it's been a while since I actually put the film on. It's been about a year, and I'm still loving it. When you first put it on, there can be a couple bubbles that form that have some liquid underneath them, but usually that'll evaporate through the film after about a week or two. There's a few small bubbles and a couple spots on the edges where the film doesn't perfectly lay flat, but I can't ever even notice it unless I really get close to the headlight. Looking back on it on a second try, I might leave the film a little bit further away from the edge so that way I have a nice clean line and I don't have to worry about the film bunching up on the edge. I'm not gonna lie, it took a lot more patience than I thought it would, but after you get used to the material, it's not too bad. I've gone the clear coat route before, and I think this is much better. The clear coat route, you still have to sand it after you spray it on if you want a really smooth look on it with no orange peel or haze. I also think the film's gonna last way longer than any clear coat. This is about 8 mils thick. Any clear coat that you spray on with a can is only about 2 mils thick. If for some reason I do need to replace the film, all I have to do is heat it up, peel it off, and then put another film on. I don't have to re-sand the entire headlight like I would if I sprayed on a clear coat. Thanks for watching the video, y'all. Make sure you leave a thumbs up and subscribe if you enjoy it. Definitely want to make more content for you, so show me in the likes if you want to see more of it. Thanks again. Bye, y'all.